Now it's gonna work.
Okay.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. What? This is just Ash's voice. How boring. That's because we need more submissions. We need more wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey submissions. They can be musical. They can be just normal talky. They can be high quality. They can be low quality. They can be weird. They can be super weird. And just email them to submissions@hardelmedia.com.
Be careful, I thought you were gonna dive in.
No.
I got scared.
I'm not diving in. Not diving in, Booba.
I thought Ash was in a super good mood when I got home.
But they're not in a good mood.
They're crabby.
Well, so I'm on my period.
Ew.
And I lost my boobs.
Where'd you put them? Oh, they're right here.
Do you want to hear a funny story about where your boobs go?
Where?
So my friend told me that this was an interaction that they and Dr. Garamoni had.
Oh yeah.
They said, "Hey, Dr. Garamoni, just out of curiosity, what do you do with the boobs after top surgery?" And this was Dr. Garamoni's reaction. They go to pathology, you can't have them. I just love that,
Not many people must ask.
that's what that means. So many people must ask, to have their boobs. Otherwise, why would he just be so,
Yeah.
they go to pathology, you can't have them.
You can't have your boobs.
And I'm pretty sure my friend was just like, "Oh, cool, all good, deal." It's fine.
That's fine.
So I really like that. A dog might. What?
Why do you have my favorite game on there?
Oh, because I'm collecting. I want to do a Grace Exposed video, and so that's one of my. It's a short list right now.
It's one line.
It's funny. Okay.
Well, good, because I have an Ash Exposed video.
Just so everyone knows, one day we'll do a video about why I still sometimes I say chest, sometimes I say boobs, sometimes I say titties, and one day there'll be a whole dedicated video about why that is, because some people are like, "Stop it!" And it's like, no, it's my body, I can do what I want. But so that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about...
Oh, trans jealousy!
What a fun topic.
One of the things that a lot of people have asked and kind of commented is wondering if I'm jealous.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Jealousy, I feel like is super, well, it's just a common human experience.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's particularly unique and prevalent in the, through a trans lens or the trans community. Mm-hmm. Because, a lot of transness has to do with transition / acceptance and non-judgment.
Yeah.
So if you see someone else taking those steps or being accepted in a way that you want to one day,
yeah,
it's not it's understandable to me that you might feel envious inside. Yeah. You're like, "Oh, fuck."
It's also that it's not that you're not happy for that human as well. It's not like you don't want them to also have it though.
I mean, it depends. So there's 100 different flavors.
Well, at least for me.
Right.
Yeah.
There's 100 different flavors of jealousy. Some people are like, "That's so cool, I'm so jealous," and I'm at the same time super happy for you. Yeah. I'm holding space for both things. Mm-hmm. But I'm like anything, you could also be vindictively jealous. You could be "You don't deserve it," "This is silly."
I think that's where rifts in the trans community kind of come in though, and that where certain people are deserving of services and others aren't.
Yep.
And we start policing each other in certain regards. Yep. And gatekeeping, like you said.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I think that gets really and I think that's why so many people have disagreements within the queer community, is because we're all trying to see who is most justified in doing the things that they need to be happy.
And it's so easy to compare, to be I have an easier time transitioning, or you have an easier time transitioning, and do I think that's fair or unfair, and blah blah blah. But maybe we'll dive into that in just a second.
Yeah.
First, we should maybe touch on it in a more easy way, just to break down what trans jealousy might look like.
Sure.
Okay, so what can trans jealousy look like? Have you ever been jealous of another trans person?
Yes, I have. There's been right now, I am experiencing some jealousy with you. You have a surgery that I really want. You also will had a much easier experience getting the surgery
Than
than
you
I
ever will. Yeah.
than I ever will. And that makes me sad sometimes. But it's not that I don't want it for you at the same time. So I'm really happy that you had that experience, but it doesn't mean I wish that it couldn't be that way for me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Have you ever been jealous of a trans person?
I'm jealous of binary trans people all the time.
Oh, really? You don't like being non-binary?
No, that's the thing. I like being non-binary mostly because I am non-binary. You know? Like, you can't will something that isn't. So, but I'm jealous that binary people don't have to justify who they are as much. They still do a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like they're more... it's my opinion that binary folks are more easily accepted by, like, the mass population than non-binary folks. And so I'm really jealous of that. So that's why that's why when I see a binary person who isn't accepting or open-minded, that really strikes a nerve in me. Like, that's my like, weak spot, or that's something that...
Your Achilles heel, kind of?
Yeah, my Achilles heel, that's a thing that really gets to me, and I'm working on it, because I would ultimately just like to be a more, like, even keel, I don't know, compassionate person and patient, and be like, okay, well, I don't agree with that, but that is a thing that unfortunately gets under my skin, because I'm like, you know what it's like to
experience, like,
judgment, and then there you go, passing judgment. So I get really jealous of binary people in that way, and then when I see binary people acting in a certain way, then sometimes I get angry, and it all ends up...
Well, those emotions are so close to each other.
Right, that's the anger is rooted in the jealousy.
Yeah, because I even found myself, like, recently being, like, when we were searching for the costs for my surgery.
Yeah.
Like, and being like, oh, cool, like, that's not feasible.
Right.
Like, that's like a college degree is what that would cost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're still paying off my student loans, and, like, that possibility is not a possibility. So it's like I get angry about that being so far away from possible for me.
Right.
Like, I think after your surgery, I had hopes that, like, maybe within the year I'd be able to get it. And, like, that got crushed real quick.
I'm sorry, Booba. Okay. I also get, sometimes the effects of certain people's transition, like, just aesthetically look fucking awesome, and I get jealous. Like, oh, that's like, I'm jealous of your jawline. It's so nice.
There's a guy, I know that's like that, and I'm like, how? Uh-huh. That is not fair.
I'm jealous of some of the muscles you've developed on teeth. Like, that's so good.
I want this part, but I don't want the other part.
Yeah. And I think that the fact that different things affect people differently is also sometimes a source of jealousy. Like, some people go on tea, and it affects their body in a totally different way than it does when other people go on tea. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I feel like some people get jealous of certain people in that way. And
they're like, some people, like, they just end up growing tons of muscle, and their fat distribution's, like, perfect. And then other guys, they're like, I can't even grow, like, the slightest, like, mustache.
Right.
And I just gained a ton of fat in my stomach. It's not fair, kind of a thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of it does come down to this feeling of, like, it's not fair. So yeah, I think that's kind of what trans jealousy looks like. And so then the second big question is, can trans jealousy lead to rifts in the community and or gatekeeping? Elaborate.
Yes. I think we kind of, like, touched on it a little bit already. But I definitely think it can. I think that I don't think a lot of people... I will say that, like, I don't think a lot of people mean for it to go there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it's just, like, this habit of us everyone wanting to feel justified in how they feel. I guess, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. They want to feel acknowledged, and they want their struggle to be acknowledged, and they don't want to feel like everyone's trying to one-up them in struggle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if they feel like somebody's, like, trying to do something that they worked so hard for, they're like, I waited years for this, or
like I had to be on a wait list for tea for 3 years, and my dysphoria is crippling. While there's another person who decided they wanted T, went to Planned Parenthood, got it next week, and they only ever say their dysphoria is like a 7 out of 10 on a scale. Like, I deserve it more. It's like, they're jealous, they want it really bad, and that's understandable. It's understandable to be jealous, and it's understandable to want something really bad.
Yeah.
But when I think it becomes a problem when it's like, when that person goes so far as to say, I deserve it more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I want it more than you. I wanted it longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have. You got this thing too easy.
Yeah.
You like, and a lot of it. I mean, yeah. You got this thing too easy. You're not trans enough. I'm transer, and I'm jealous, and I don't think you deserve it. You shouldn't have it.
Yeah, I think that's where it gets dangerous as well. And I think that as soon as you say that, that person's like then not feeling as secure in their identity, and they're not feeling acknowledged, and then we just create a bigger rift.
Yeah, and that's a huge rift. And I see that. I mean, that can happen amongst anyone, right?
Off.
Like, that could be like a binary person and a binary person. But oftentimes I see that exact situation like binary people and non-binary people.
Yeah.
And so, like, that would be an example of a rift it creates, which is so sad because I personally feel like non-binary people and binary people have more in common than they don't.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's so sad that they're...
And binary trans people and non-binary trans people.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant like just like cis people. Like binary cis people too.
Oh, no, I mean trans people.
Okay.
Binary trans people and non-binary trans people, I feel like they have more in common than they have than dissimilarities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I would completely agree.
So it's a bummer that there's this, like, wedge.
Yeah.
So you're a little jealous.
Yeah.
So how do we navigate that healthily, and how do we talk about it?
Well, you usually just sweep it under the rug.
Shut up.
Made you laugh. We don't ignore it.
There's a dog that's like half on the bed.
Yeah, I know. He's not in. Okay, well.
Go on.
Alright. So, so we don't ignore it. We acknowledge the fact that it is something that we struggle with. You understand my wants and acknowledge the fact that it's still hard for me. And then you also appreciate and you acknowledge what we've done to alleviate some of your dysphoria.
Yeah. I think that we just hold space for both things.
We just acknowledge that my struggle is harder.
Grace likes to diffuse any kind of, like, uncomfortability with humor, can you tell?
Is that on your exposed video?
I mean, it's okay. Humor is a really good way to cope. But, like, I think it can be, like, we can give Ash access to being a happier themselves, and we can also, like, acknowledge that might be hard for Grace sometimes.
Mm-hmm. What about, like, maybe let's rewind a little bit. Did you ever experience some jealousy, like, before you cut your hair with me, or
yeah, totally. But I don't know if either one of us knew that had. I don't know how conscious we were, subconsciously for sure, but how conscious we were that had to do with gender.
No, I get that, but I'm just trying to say, I'm thinking about, like, just, like, jealousy and, like, the way that I was being perceived versus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even in the expression standpoint.
Yes. So I for sure was jealous. Did I ever say anything? I feel like I just said stuff like, I'm really jealous that you have short hair and you look so good. I wish I could know whether or not I'd look good with short hair.
Yeah, and then I said, why don't you just cut it?
I think you just talk about it. And yeah. I think that the big thing is just to not be threatened when somebody admits jealousy, and to be secure enough to know that them being jealous doesn't mean they're judging you.
Yeah, or they aren't happy for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Grace can be jealous and still be so happy. And you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's good that they're letting me know, because that way, now I know it's not a secret, and I can do what I can to help alleviate some of their jealousy, or be, like, active on it. So that might look like
helping research.
Or
be like, hey, we can start saving, and like actively assign some money for that to happen.
Right, but I might not be doing that unless Grace told me that they were jealous.
Yeah. So a lot of good can come from
Communication.
communication. I don't want to say jealousy, but communicating what your needs are.
Yeah, just honesty.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You're good.
So, put something in the comments, folks, about what you're jealous about me. I know there's a million things. Like my cool t-shirt that says, "You Can't Delete Us," designed by Aaron and Sweeney. And sold by Aaron and Chase Ross. So you're probably jealous of that.
They're not married, though. Aaron and Sweeney, comma, and Chase Ross. You said Aaron and Chase Ross.
Oh, well, I meant
I don't want you to think that they're married.
Yeah. If they were married, you'd probably be jealous of that.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe
They're
you're
both so lovely.
jealous of my hair, that it's really gross and really needs a haircut. It's way too long. It looks awkward. Maybe you're jealous of my butt.
I am jealous of your butt.
So leave a comment about what about me you're jealous of. There's 100 things.
Go. Splish, splash, waterfall, give it a rope!